Today, Rinpoche stressed the importance of identification of the object to be negated. If you do not identify the correct object, you will maybe take away too much and end up at nihilism, or not take away enough and end up at substantialism. It's a very fine line where you're trying to seek out, and that's called the middle way. So, welcome everyone to the Chenrezig Tibetan Buddhist Center. Once again, we're looking at Lama Tsongkhapa's great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment. We're in volume 3, and for anyone following along in English, we're going to begin on page 123, right at the top after the quote from Buddha Palita. So just as an aside where we're going to begin once we do get started in the actual text. If we were to combine all of Lord Buddha's teachings into some categories, we would be able to do so into 3. And the categories are called the teachings for beings of 3 capacities, and they're as follows. The first category of teachings are for beings who wish to achieve rebirth in the higher realms of cyclic existence. These are called the teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity, and these practices include going for refuge to the 3 jewels of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, engaging in ethical behavior which abandons the 10 non-virtuous activities, and then acknowledging one's downfalls. By practicing those things, one is able to achieve rebirth in the higher realms of cyclic existence, and categorically these are called the teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity. The next category are the teachings for beings shared in common with beings of medium capacity. These are for beings who wish to achieve nirvana, or complete individual liberation, and this practitioner engages in the 3 highest higher trainings in ethics, higher training in concentration, and the highest higher training in wisdom. And by practicing those and the previous small scope teachings, one is able to achieve his or her own individual nirvana, or liberation. And then the final category of teaching are the teaching for beings of great capacity. These are for beings who wish to achieve Buddhahood, and this practitioner engages in those practices already mentioned and couples them with the generation of the mind that aspires to enlightenment, bodhicitta, and then from there, practice of the 6 perfections. And by doing so, this practitioner is able to achieve complete Buddhahood. So this is how we divide all of the teachings into 3 categories. Teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity, teachings shared in common with beings of medium capacity, and the teachings for beings of great capacity. Geshe Lharampa.
Tadana Meda Nugula Subi Rabanam Tadaki Tayo Do Debe Rangi Meba Tubanjuro. Teta Wunyana, Teta Wunyana, Teta Duna Rangi, Kilambadaya, Gela, Nugula Subana, Demedo, Drumugubanjoadan. Gemegi le Lions Zuba, Junla Jujin, Junya, Rangi Mebandona, Debadun Sele, Malatan, Dawa, Nina, Magachudan, Jimbala Suba, maybe, Ni Lubi, Nego Na, Ni Lubi, Nego Jindo, Joa Maina, She da Malatan Dawa, Demedo, Omayu, Hebala, Gu, Demedo, Tena, Ngobama, Naja, Ranluji, Tadada, Kunduto, Truma Ruda, Oma Beloji, Tadada, Kunduto, Truma, na Chemetunbe, Tadaki, Kunduto, Dobana, Oma Be, Jeto, Tadado, Trubatan, Tadaki, Tadaba Dobana, Oma Be, Kunduto, Jola, Gewachen Mebe, Tana Shebar Shawo, Yen Tadaki, Kansa Tayu Tan, Di, Kansa, Ziyu Ni, Min Dayan, Tumendate, Subendene, Tadala, Kansa ki Dame, Tawa Memba Jibi Shete, Chuji Dame, Matuna, Kansa ki Dame, Mutuba Jibi Shiro. Tena, Pombu, Ziyu to, Trumadu, Dobato, Kansa Jan, Ziyu to, Zimba. Subendi Jibi, Dadaki, Kansa ki, Tamba Yume, Tuba Yino, Niba, Takona Nitenlan Beba Ngala Song, and Rebi Gaja Ngozwatan, Tanguba, Taran Ganki, Sheba Tela, Tene, Tawa Jula Chibi Sulo, Tambala Song, Gaja Leba Ngon Sengubi, Jusentan, Gaja Ngoma Zimba, Gubi, Jelo Gabadan, Rangiloji Gaja Ngon Zibi Sulo, Tamba Nepana, Kansa de Mudu Nyando, Nebala, Menju, Kansa de Sheguba Tar, Da Meba Dan, Rangi Meba, Shebi Tun Neba Lan, Menju Da Dan, Rangi de Leba Ngon Sengude, Gaba Shayu Shir Leba Mashana, Te Gaba Shinji Maluba, Mengebe Shete Junju Le, Tabi Ngola Mariba, Ti Ngomen Zimayi, Shezum Bishero, Tela Gajayi Mandayi Chabane, Tejan, Gajayi Mandan Chaban Tejan, Gajan Dubi Tawa Ne, Kana, Gaja Tanji Kebanjoro. Dada Gajayi Ne Tatubi, Tawa Ne Makebe, Haman Luna,
happened?
Yubi Tatonji, Ngobu Yuba, Ngobu Shenba, Chibi.
It's not but the Chiran, they Konga Lobsang Rinpoche.
Lu Yuba.
Need somebody did the gloom.
Yajaji Luga.
The tumble. the nipa, the tambo kabiare, tambo. Nipa gutso dikso. The nipa the lomason. Okay, dikso.
Nipa takona ni tela baba ngola son. Rebi gaja ngos rebi gaja. Gaja ngani she de do gaja ngani. Ne deba to ka de ji me ne gaja ngani deba to bi ton she du la ne yabuji chaba je ures. Tabi ngola mari ba te ngomen ze mai. Tabi ngobude gaja deba to bi ton she de logre. Tabi ngobude gaja deba to bi ton she le jane ton she du lo leba ma na ne gaja du ngon se mares. Gaja ngoma ze na gaja ka to mares. Nipa te kona ni te la beba la ngola son rebi gaja ngon son wa ta te goba la taran kan ki sheba ta sheba te la te ne tawa ju la chi chulo tombo la son rebi gaja ngon son chu de la son che son gaja leba ngon sin go bi ju sen gaja leba ngon sin go bi ju sen gaja ngon ma ze ba Gubi jenlu gaba rangelo gaja manzi sulo tombo ne bana kanza de mundu nyado nebala meju kanza de sheguba tar da meba dan raji meba shebe tun de nebala meju da dan ne raji de leba ngose gude gaja gaba shayu she leba macha na tabi ngola mariba ti ngomen ze mai gaja deba du tun she de lo leba macha na te gaba shinji maluba menge be she de chunju le tabi ngola mariba ti ngomen ze mai tabi ngobu de deba du ba je ngola mariba deba du tun she de leba ngoma ze ba ane wo de Ti ngomen deba maruba shedu mares. Ti ngomen zemai shezon bi sheros. Tela gajayi mandayi cheba ne tayi jang gajan du dibi tsawa ne ka na gaja tangche keban joro. Deda Dia gaba shay ne tatuba chawa ne makeba hama luna yubi tatonshin yuba tata longres yubi tatonshin ne ngabu yuba shenbi jebe sibale tuwa minuso hajang te chana gaja gabi shu mazimba Kana ne jundi tende je reba sun chebi ta longa gaja de kaba de chaji nga deba maruba deba truba de kaba chaji nga de meba taba ina ana wade cheta longa garo da cheta wade song dere chebi ta donjin tawa tenyi je Gandu triba shedo. What the meba tasuna, what the national chegres. Teacher Gaja leba ngwase ba keche de. De ngwa mazina, ne yana, tata yana, chebi cheta, de mazawa, cheban joro. What the Kale Junon.
Ngama nge June, Truso. Charan Yomari. Before I got a little lost, so I was helped when I interrupted and went over to Rinpoche. It wasn't because it was my mistake. So I want to make sure that that's clear. All right. So we're going to begin with the Buddha Palita's quote. And Rinpoche said, Rinpoche, the Buddha Palita, the Sawa, the Delpa Tambo,
Oma tawa shiro dreba tambo to beda palda inzar.
Tambo.
Sanje jang. Lebo sanje jang beda palda de inzar.
Ale. Then Dawa Drapa Nipa Sumba.
O tenma bore jeni yongo roda.
Okay. So Buddha Palita Rinpoche said was the first commentator on the root wisdom text. So he was the first to write, and then many books came after that, and many commentaries came after that. But Buddha Palita wrote the very first commentary on Nagarjuna's fundamental treatise, the Mulya Madhyamika Karika. So it states, what the so-called self possesses is called that which belongs to the self. The self does not exist. If it does not exist, how can it be right to speak of what belongs to it? So if we're negating that which we're negating I, then quite naturally what is mine becomes an object negated as well. Because if we're negating the primary, then that which secondary of ownership would then obviously fall to selflessness as well. This is how you should understand it. For example, when reflecting that the son of a barren woman does not exist, that very awareness does not think his ears and such does not exist. However, that awareness can eliminate any reifying thought that might imagine that his ears exist. Similarly, when you know that the self does not exist in reality, you stop any notion that its eyes and such exist in reality. So that which belongs to the self, mine. The objection. There are Buddhist essentialists who hold that the person exists as an imputation. They do not assert that the person exists ultimately. Therefore, even they would know that eyes and such lack intrinsic existence. Reply. You are arguing that since they assert that gross objects such as eyes and seedlings exist as imputations, they would know that those lack intrinsic existence. If you accept that this is so, then you could contradict your own assertion that these are essentialists, proponents of true existence. If essentialists did know the absence of intrinsic existence, then it would not be necessary for Madhyamakas to prove to them that seedlings lack true existence. Just as a note, this is speaking of lower schools that assert some forms of true establishment still, and even though they are subtle, they are still forms of true establishment which are incorrect. So that's what they're speaking of in here. Those schools which are not the middle way consequence school. Anything below the Madhyamika Prasangika school is up for debate because there are incorrect views within. So you are arguing that since they assert that gross objects such as eyes and seedlings such as imputations, they would not know that those objects lack intrinsic existence. You accept this is so, then you contradict your own assertion that these are essentialist proponents of true existence. They would then be Madhyamika Prasangika holders. They wouldn't be essentialists if they held this view of lack of intrinsic existence throughout. If essentialists did know the absence of intrinsic existence, then it would not be necessary for Madhyamakas to prove to them that the seedlings lack true existence. Further, the process of completing a virtuous or non-virtuous action is a continuum, and if essentialists accepted that a continuum lacks intrinsic existence, then why would they challenge that Madhyamaka position that a continuum, like a dream, lacks true existence? Yet this is what we find in Hari Bhadra's little commentary on the Ornament for Clear Knowledge. The essentialists say to us Madhyamakas, if all phenomena are like dreams, then the 10 non-virtues, giving and so forth, would not exist. Hence, even when you are not asleep, it would be as if though you were. Therefore, there is a huge disparity between an essentialist system and a Madhyamaka system with respect to whether things exist, either ultimately or conventionally. What they consider conventional existence amounts to ultimate existence from a Madhyamaka perspective, and what they consider ultimately existent exists only conventionally according to Madhyamaka. There is nothing contradictory about this, hence you need to draw distinctions. Furthermore, although the imputedly existent person of these Buddhist essentialists and the imputedly existent person of the Master Chandakirti are similar in name, their meanings are not the same. For Chandrakirti maintains that these Buddhist essentialists do not have the view which is the knowledge of selflessness of the person. This is because he asserts that if you have not known the selflessness of objects, then you have not known the selflessness of person. Therefore, Chandrakirti asserts that they will continue to apprehend the person as substantially existent as long as they do not give up the tenet that the aggregates are substantially existent. Hence, essentialists do not know that the person does not ultimately exist. The next chapter deals with the object to be negated, and Rinpoche explained how important what the object to be negated and the identification of the correct object of negation is. Because if you don't identify it correctly, then you might believe that the object of negation is actually the existence of said object, when that actually is a nihilist view, which is an incorrect, wrong view. So you have to know that the object of negation is the actual true establishment of an object, not its existence. That's here. This chapter deals with misidentifying the object to be negated, and Rinpoche, this is his commentary, right, just so you know, Rinpoche gave a bunch of commentary on this, wasn't just reading. When you look at the Madhyamaka material, object to be negated is one of the most important topics that you can find, because it's what steers you from substantialism, away from substantialism, but also steers you away from nihilism and keeps you right in that middle way consequence view. The actual determination of what is to be negated becomes hugely important. The actual determination of reality. The section on actually determining the view of reality has three parts: identifying the object to be negated by reason, whether to carry out the refutation with a svatantrika procedure or with a prasangika procedure. So here, these are the autonomy school and the consequence school, just as Sanskrit words for them. How to use the procedure to generate the right philosophical view within your mind stream. Identifying the object to be negated by reasoning. This has three parts: why the object of negation must be carefully identified, refuting other systems that refute without identifying the object to be negated, and how our system identifies the object of negation. First category, why the object of negation must be carefully identified. In order to be sure that a certain person is not present, you must know the absent person. Likewise, in order to be certain of the meaning of selflessness or the lack of intrinsic existence, you must carefully identify the self or intrinsic nature that does not exist. For if you do not have a clear concept of the object to be negated, you will also not have an accurate knowledge of its negation. For Shantideva's engaging in the Bodhisattva deeds says, without contacting the entity that is imputed, you will not apprehend the absence of that entity. So if you are looking for the correct object of negation, it is the true self of person, it is the true self of phenomena. So that's the object of negation. That's what, when you identify, you find the topic of self. Self isn't the object of negation, it's the way that self is apprehended that is the object of negation. So then it becomes self having some kind of intrinsic nature. So you must carefully identify the self or intrinsic nature that does not exist. So when we say the self, if you're defining the self as something that inherently exists, then self doesn't exist. But if you're just defining the self as an I exist, but I don't exist in the way that intrinsically or in any kind of solitary way. So the object to be negated isn't the I, it's the clinging to self, and then the parentheses having intrinsic existence. There is limitless diversity among the objects of negation, but they come together at the root. When you refute this, you refute all objects of negation. Moreover, if you leave some remainder, failing to refute the deepest and most subtle core of the object of negation, then you will fall into an extreme of true existence. So this is the substantialism Rinpoche was speaking of, where you don't remove enough, and then you believe there is an intrinsic existence. Even if it's subtle, you believe that there's some intrinsic existence there. You will cling to the idea of real things, whereby you will not be able to escape cyclic existence. And then the next side is if you fail to limit the object of negation and overextend your refutation, then you will lose confidence in the causal progressions of dependent arising. So then you begin to believe that cause and effect don't exist. You begin to believe that karma is not infallible, and that it is all just like a dream, and that it isn't real, and that nothing matters as a result of it. So that would be falling to a view of where one removes too much. The previous view wasn't removing enough, and this view is removing too much, thereby falling to a nihilistic extreme. This nihilistic view will lead you to rebirth in the miserable realms. Rinpoche pointed out this line here, that the belief that things are not existent, that is a misapprehension of emptiness or misunderstanding of emptiness, actually is a wrong view that leads one to the lower realms of cyclic existence. Therefore, it is crucial to identify the object of negation carefully, for if it is not identified, you will certainly develop either a nihilistic view or an eternalistic view. So substantialism, eternalism, these are just all words we translators use to mean the same thing. B, I believe that's where Rinpoche stopped. Nipa.
Nipa gaja mama ziba gobe jelo gabala ni gaja ngazi hajang chao gaba na gaja ngazi chao gaba tambola ni chao gaba de la ni doba joba tam temeteba tembo tambo ne tata omi mawa Deba Pemucha Nares, Jawala Subi, Tokonani, Trumadu Jubi, Rebene, Zune, Nachen Baji, Chutanji, Keba Inde, Chendra Shi, Ke Lamba, Rebe, Cheba Shena, Tajoba Duzan, maybe Shetan. Ne Yemela Subi, Ne Mejibo Tanji, Kabana, Kabina. Termandubi che chu mebishiro jen tekonani zibe pabi yesheje jenga dan jindu suji jen meba zibe na te yawadara yingube jewala suba mento kede jewala suba dena Tela tekonani chubezebe zodam zonane zebe jezuji ngwabu yebe dendu sunjoro chi mazonane zebe kebe dun yoba chetate tejin do jewala suba yoba dona seme maruba seme drobo maru tombutana Sema druba tana, tomu tana, tekonani zibi shiji, chewa meba zibi te druba matela, tanyebi mengi shebala subi druban dönane, tada sema imba, kabi shir, Tada Rojiji Tsama Matete Tinganzi Jabole Meda Nawana Tsama Me Chetan Ludan Yijan Tsama Me Kede Mabandada Tseyina Pabi Lanji Sula Chishiku Shetan Jubale Jan Nagunji Ne Tsemi Shezun Bishiro Tsime Maru Jan, Yoban Donane, Raya Manduji, Riba Matebe, Riba maybe, Mateto, Kede, Jawa Kelana, Tamba Mandube, Kundudo, Doguna, Tenemerite, Jubale, Teni Koso, Riba Ganjiki, Dada Jele, Jawa Gari me, Jawa Rimibe, Ridi Tanya Doya, Rimina, Church Jawa Ganyi, Jawa Gangi Sheban Joro, She Dun Damba Jawa, Gubi Ribi, Tanya Do, Guba Sumbi Shero, Jen, Dajen La Soba, Dajen La Subi Jibo, Kanron le Maje, Jawa Dunane, Dun Damba Jawa Guba La, Majitane, Kabe, Mekeban Jude, Mekeban Jude, Tada Kaya, maybe Jawa Yubishiro, Majik Kanron le Chenane, Data Jen the Niga, Jumele Jawa, Majik Kanron le Chenane, Jenje, Mendebe, Jenle Cheguna, Tenemerite Jubale, Jenle Chewa, Jinele Jame, Che Sombeso, Teishir, Chewa Gobala, Tamba, Tantambi Chabajawa, Majate, Sisele, Tantambi Chaba, Joa Kabishero, Delan, Kajine, Chewala Suba, Tanyedo, Mendusena, Zela, Kajine, Tanyedo, Yubandujin, Taji Jan, Degi Seve, Chuna, Ragi, Myojuba, Rajin Goba, Lebendi, Losu, Myoto Mede, Debani Chichado, Rajinji, Tubakabi Shiro, Kudu Debaina, not Debaina, Debat Madula, Gores, Theatre Raji Mena, Tene Chichi, Tishir, Gaja de la, Jodanji Chabajoane, Omar Hajuba Kuni Lu Yino, she never said Cheba Shedo. Nieba Temeteba, Tembalani, Lo de Omabi, Tumo Miami, Chichukaba Tembata, Naji Juba, Swim Shiba Temple, Ambola Sumo, Omabi Chichu Mozumata,
Chishinange Injike, the Tambola Song, the Pui Kabiare, Tambola Song, Nipa. Okay, okay. All right, number 2. Refuting other systems that refute without identifying the object to be negated. This has 2 parts. Refuting an overly broad identification of the object to be negated, and refuting an overly restricted identification of the object to be negated. Refuting an overly broad identification of the object to be negated. This has 2 parts. Stating others' assertions, 1, and 2, showing that those assertions are wrong. 1, stating others' assertion. Most of those who today claim that to teach the meaning of the Madhyamaka say that all phenomena, ranging from forms through omniscient consciousness, are refuted by rational analysis of whether production and such exist as their own reality. For when reason analyzes anything that is put forward, there is not even a particle that can withstand analysis. Also, all 4 possible ways that could be that something could be produced as an existent effect a non-existent effect, and so forth are refuted, and there is nothing that is not included in those four. Moreover, these persons assert that a noble being's sublime wisdom, which perceives reality, perceives production, cessation, bondage, freedom, and so forth, as not existing in the least. Therefore, since things must be just as this sublime wisdom knows them, production and such do not exist. When we assert that production and such do not exist, these persons ask, are these capable of withstanding rational analysis of their reality? If so, then there would be things that can withstand rational analysis, and thus there would be truly existent things. If not, then how is it possible for something that has been rationally refuted to exist? Similarly, when we hold that production and such exist, these persons ask, does valid cognition establish them? If we claim that it does, they reply that since the sublime wisdom perceiving reality perceives production as non-existent, it is impossible for that wisdom to establish production. Further, if we argue that production is established by conventional visual consciousness and such, they reply that it is impossible for such conventional consciousness to be valid cognitions that establish production, because scriptural sources refute the claim that those conventional consciousnesses are valid cognitions. The King of Concentration Sutra says, the eye, the ear, and nose consciousness are not valid cognitions. The tongue, body, and mental consciousnesses are not valid cognitions. If these sensory consciousnesses were valid cognitions, of what use to anyone would the noble being's path be? Also, Chandrakirti's commentary on the Middle Way says, the world is not valid in any way. They argue that we cannot say that production exists without valid establishment, for we ourselves do not assert this, and it is not reasonable. They also argue that if we are to assert production, since it cannot be asserted ultimately at Madhyamaka, we will have to assert it conventionally. But that is unreasonable, because Chandrakirti's commentary on the Middle Way says, the argument which shows that production from self and from other are untenable in the context of ultimate reality also shows that production is untenable even conventionally. As this is so, what argument will demonstrate the production you believe in? Thus they say that the argument refuting ultimate production also refutes conventional production. Furthermore, these persons say that if we assert that production exists despite the lack of an effect which is produced from any of the four, itself something other, and so forth, then when we try to carry out the Madhyamaka refutation of production through investigating those four alternatives, we will fail. For we ourselves would have already allowed a certain type of production which is not among those four. Also, they say that if there were production from any of those four, then it would have to be production from a cause which is something other than the effect. For we do not accept the remaining three, production from self, both self and other, or causelessly. However, this is not reasonable, because Chandrakirti's commentary on the Middle Way says, production from another does not exist even in the world. Therefore, these persons say that they would not add the qualifying word ultimate when refuting production, for Chandrakirti's clear words refutes the addition of this qualification. Among those who argue in this way, there are some who say that they do not accept production, and such even conventionally, while others accept that production and such do exist conventionally. However, all of them stick out their necks and argue it is undeniable that the system of Master Chandrakirti is a rational refutation of essential or intrinsic nature, for he refutes intrinsic existence in terms of both truths. This is something that does not intrinsically exist. How else could it exist? Therefore, adding the qualification of ultimate to the object of negation is the procedure only in the Svatantrika Madhyamika system. And then B, showing that those assertions are wrong. This has two parts. Showing that those systems contradict the unique feature of Madhyamaka, and two, showing that Madhyamaka's critique does not eradicate conventional existence. So this is where Rinpoche left off, the three. Sum, Tambo la sum.
Yeah.
Inji ke lep sum. Tambo la sum.
Nibata Mateba Temba, Lodi Oma Be, Tumo Maime, Chechu Kaba Temba Dan, Naji Jeba Naji, Swimmishiba, Tambula Son, Oma Be Chechu Ngozon Dan, Lodi Jetaka Be Sudan, Ne Tala Oma Be Land Jetaba, Tambu Ne, Reba Dojuba Le, Gwandi Chu Gunsana Shi. So Sate, Sona Shilejong, Tambokuni Tobashu, Che Sumbatar, Teba Chuki, Nandu, Dujanaji, Devo Kauso, Debu Kauso, Kutambatan, Chukutambatan, Zukutambani, Tobo, Laji, Kauso, Nashiba. Tara Tautan Shiro Yamandi, Sonata Yeshi, Yeshi Subado Meba, Sabala, Ralela, Tean, Kundubi Jundi, Naji, Jundele Pendan, Yemi Jindebo, the Tanden Jonyu, Jundi Jindewa, Nabati Taba Netumbi, Cheneba, Neba Tuba, Chutanji Ranking to be Raji Duzan, maybe, Meba, Nebatin and Yebi, Chetawa, Neba Tuba, Neba too good, Neba too good, Tenyika, Mena, Tautan Shiro, Niki, Long Chatawa, Chintaba Naruba. Manjun Shiro, Takaja Church Gabas, Debat Maruba Santan, the Chukala Meba Santan Sona, Gaja Church Gabas, Gaja Church one Gabasana, Tene, Shirama, Dodaba, Sanzamba, Omar Rajuba to Gaja Mercenat, what the Gaja Church one Gaba inside Gaja Chaman the Ketu Marwa, Gaja Chaman the Kek Omar Tanjo Omadu, Yomarwa.
Umi Tenjo Kona.
Gotcha. Tanjo Matu Gaza Taman King, Tanjo Luja Jina, Tanjo Matu Yomaro.
Gotcha. Data in. Okay.
Teta Debi Kozo, Kuni Toba, Chuko the Zogo, Chuko Sana, Ishi Chuko the Monigo, Zogo Sana Longo the Chuko to Marba, Zogo ni Tobi. Jule, Julanji, Nemashuba Ji, Tawa, Tela Bejula Ralebe, Tawa Tela, Bejuna Tamatato, Shibi, Daniela Nabat Neba, Deino. Then Omaba Matuba, Kazajan Su Moya, Gendo. Gewandoba, Tone, Gewa Chemeshebala, Chajin Zambo Shinto, Jachi, Naju Dande, Dembe, Keba Omaba Sheba De, Dembani Tubi, Tala, Kebi, Gewa Jamataya, Chetan Meba, Telabe Pone, Jayu Gomba, Tatuba Niente, Tela Dene, Rangi Tumbatan, Tembala, Shinto Guba, Medushua, Jebe, Chambe, Nazi Nabatabatan, Nazi Nabatabe, Shineta, Rajiji, Tombani, Tenzin, Tenzin, you lost. Never Madu, you sent to the 10 days, 10 day images, never Madu, Santan Waters, 10 days over the Revi Jabba 10 days, don't you do a talk on the Jabba of the 10 days, tell us and Tony Labajine, Shetu Gores. You turn it there. Tenzin nubi, tombi ngobo mebe, tuen maino. She, kesan tombi, yadan yado, raban zeto. Rangi deba, ngobo mawa, keba, rine tomala, chishinto keba, nanchang. Omi tawa, kemelenjin, umabala, zubi, chutanjila, ragangoyo zubi rajin, jiyang mebe. Tomba ina, jinjusu, kundeji, naja tangjin jusa, meba, da kona yite, zashile, kenen de kun, keden deda kun tona, yuwame jinjiba me, pabi denpa jiba na chola meba tawa juro. She rajin ji, tona, jinji tang, dejin meteba joshi, sheba tang, zundu lejang, keden gomba tangji ji, rajin kun la yume na, choji sejang rajin me, rajin duba menuso, she tsila, rajin me na, rajin guba tang, rajin meba dubi menuso, she, rajin me na, cheja cheje tang guba tang, rubi shaji, mate dunyane, soba shedo, dene rajin gubi, ribi, shaji tangji kaba, kone, deba druba kabe riba tege wate chukangala meba drugun dosan kode ares, kone soba u, tena, ngoba mawa tang, omaba ni, chusa tumu mayimbi la soba na, rajin ji tongba la, kondeji naja tangji jado romurun de kona tsoba yinbe, kona la tsoba yinbe, tsobe, rangi nguyo trubi rajin, du zang menba la, cheja tang goba tang, ruba su, kondeji, naja tangji ke langbe, chuba ne, oma be, chechu yinte, saji raji jibale, jundu tawa jowa ne, tongla teba matebe, chene, tongni pongshi ba, kante ngala mateto, kala tongba nye rongwa, tala tangji rongwa juro, kala tongni morongwa, tala tangji morong juro, shedang. Deba druba tongba ina ane, deba druba tongba jana chwe kanga jato gore. Deba druba jason chwe kanga jato kuma res. Mateba rajin chi, tongbi shula, chenji su rong la, rajin chi matong yu, shula marong yu, deba druba la chenji su supa tega ma, deba druba yu maro. Tata yang, tsese le, kuja, shula ne, cheke mebi chundu tawa manjuba bajidu mazeje, yuan chang denpa la sobe, nabar jaba tangje, che shindu teba yino, she, tenbi shere son la, kala tongba nyi rongwa, shesu ji yung kwe ne, sheban zedo. Oma tsawa raji, nyadu bale, tendi chunyi ji lonjungi cheni tang lodu ki, gurin ten la, raji nyenge, suchir rajin, goban zedo. Rajin nyejiba, pabi denpa tabe, rajin ji matongwa la, jonji su, 군대지 나자 타지 머롱이 추다 라지지 동발라다 타지 로이 추 때라 법이나 라지데 나질레 치셰고바시 이노 대나 다다 오마베 더마와 더바나 라지 메발라 지지 수지 준비 머롱와 제발 마와네 뭐뭐 마이 로이베 네 고나네 루루지 제바 주다 젠드다 드달라 데네 제보 드던데 제와 가비 준리지 나자니라 데네 라지지 동바다 오미 라체 고바인데 라지 제발레 안에 대제 대완종아가 된 동반이도 시 되는 답아데 되는 오미라이노 대신 대중 마이비 가시 대중 마이비 추가 요바 마이노 대제 동바 마이비 추가 요바 마이노 시 대중라 라지지 동베 처바송바 땡데 이미 주세지 대바 마루베 차우송 요레스 데달라 주진라 때네 저와 라지지 주비 차보 시도네 마마시스 대진도 존도래자 갈라 동바 니스데세바 갈라 토니 데세바 달라 도나 타지세 갈라 토니 메시바 달라 쩨 메시도 아지 동당 대중다 도미 오메라도 된지바 손주 손바매바이 사지달라 샤셀로 세당 돈이 된주발래자 뭐부 타지 라지지 동바 인베 뭐나 뭐나지 대중 신나 대진시 손바매베 녀바데 세당 리버 조주발래냐 간다 간기 마템바 다간 지데 뭐셴바 다다제마 다마다 라수타유 추바이 ane 간다 때네 뭐보나 대니도네 존대바 대달라야 다소준 대다제다 좀 좀이저로 간다 제대되는 뭐보나 추 나왔다 보네 야다마이 로메바 더바다 때무추 제다 지대는 대비 더발래자 너네 랑기 쉐바다 이제 지시다 니가래 니게시 주메바네 두고바이도 최제 땡진 대반종와서 땡진 대반종 강종와 대니 최제 동바시 뭐보라진 라지지 뭐보라지 라와게 유명시 냐메 최지 생각
치신의 대 야보도 indicate good so
와야
the Chiran Sanlogari
갈래주
the Gombolodru Lung Kangatsar
야
ngay Tsampa
야
Gongel Mepachig Rinpoche Detsamoa then the Detsamoa lo Gangasina the Leu Guts Sarpa Gutsogare
시 땡데 이미 주센지 라진지 동바 코나시데 땡데 이미 주센지 대바마루바 송도스다 땡데 지든 라지메비도 체반데네 고물루지 lo tomo mayimba hu te na raji me bitoni oma be ngwa ne shejin tende junde je naja rangi lo la shama dene jengola so jewala tende je de mayite quand la tomba ni ronwa de la che raji meba rangi lo yimbe de la ne kondeje tende thaje tebo so be jero
decent.
Ona
Then inji the leyu sarpa when
hoya
okay. Then chishina the sar then the trua dan lenja.
okay ote amudu
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Where did I leave off?
129 showing.
That's what I thought. Right. I thought there was that much to read. Okay. Oh, that's right. I read the showing that those assertions are wrong. Showing that those assertions are wrong, this has two parts. Showing that those systems contradict the unique feature of Madhyamaka, and two, showing that Madhyamaka critique does not eradicate conventional existence. Showing that those systems contradict the unique feature of Madhyamaka. There's three. Identifying the distinguishing feature of Madhyamaka, showing that those systems contradict the distinguishing feature, and how Madhyamaka responds to those who negate the distinguishing feature of the Madhyamaka. Or maybe the Madhyamikan is a I don't know. I always get that word confused. I've heard it called Madhyamika and Madhyamaka. So I guess either one is fine. Identifying the distinguishing feature of Madhyamaka. Nagarjuna's 60 stanzas of reasoning says, "Through this virtue may all beings amass the collections of merit and wisdom and attain the two sublime embodiments that arise from merit and wisdom." So Rinpoche pointed out the form body and the truth body are the two embodiments that are being spoken of here. And the form body refers to the emanation body and the enjoyment body. And then the truth body is the Dharmakaya, and that's not a form body. The Sanjay, the Gu, Ewani, the Zuku, Dan Chuku, the Ne Chuku, Layana. And then when we divide the Dharma, the truth body, into categories, we would divide it into the actual wisdom body. One is the actual omniscience of the Buddha, one of the truth bodies, and the other truth body is the cessation of suffering. So the cessation within the continuum. So those are the two divisions of truth body. Ngoni chukudang nipa ngoni chukudang.
Ishi chukudang ngoni go. Ishi chukudang na jero. Ngoni go guden.
So one's the natural and one is the wisdom body. So the one is the natural and one is the wisdom body. The ngoni, the natural, the ngoni chuku namchenyo.
Ngoni go.
Yeshe chuku. Okay, so the exalted wisdom body, the natural body, one abides in cessation and the other is the omniscience. So that they arise from merit and wisdom. The form body arising from merit and the truth body arising from wisdom. What this means is that disciples who progress by way of the supreme Mahayana vehicle will attain, upon reaching their goal, both the sublime embodiment of truth and the sublime embodiment of form. This attainment is explained earlier, is based on their having amassed along the path immeasurable collections of merit and sublime wisdom, collections with which method and wisdom are inseparable. That is, in turn, definitely relies upon attaining certain knowledge of the diversity of phenomena. This profound knowledge understands the relationship of cause and effect, conventional cause and effect, is such that specific beneficial and harmful effects arise from specific causes. At the same time, amassing the conditions of merit and wisdom also definitely rely on attaining certain knowledge of the real nature of phenomena. This means reaching a profound certainty that all phenomena lack even a particle of essential or intrinsic nature. Certain knowledge of both diversity and real nature is needed because without them it is impossible to practice the whole path, both method and wisdom from the depths of your heart. This is the key to the path that leads to the attainment of two embodiments when the result is reached. Whether you get it right depends on how you establish your philosophical view of the basic situation. The way to establish that view is to reach certain knowledge of the two truths, as I have just explained them. Except for Madhyamakas, other people do not understand how to explain these two truths as non-contradictory, to see them as mass of contradictions. However, experts possessed of subtlety, wisdom, and vast intelligence, experts called Madhyamakas, have used their mastery of techniques for knowing the two truths to establish them with even the slightest trace of contradiction. In this way, they reach the final meaning of what the conqueror taught. This gives them a wonderful sense of respect for our teacher and his teaching. Out of that respect, they speak with utter sincerity, raising their voices again and again. You who are wise, the meaning of emptiness, emptiness of intrinsic existence, is dependent arising. It does not mean that things do not exist. It does not mean that they are empty of the capacity to function. Scholars who are Buddhist essentialists may have great training in many topics of learning, but they do not accept the Madhyamaka view, and their dispute with the Madhyamakas is as follows. If all phenomena are empty, lacking any essential or intrinsic nature, then all of the teachings of cyclic existence and nirvana, bondage, freedom, and so forth are untenable. Nagarjuna's fundamental treatise states their view. If all these were empty, there would be no arising and no disintegration. It would follow that for you, the Four Noble Truths would not exist. They say that if this is empty of intrinsic existence, then production, disintegration, and the Four Truths would not be tenable. Nagarjuna's refutation of objects, the Vigraha via Vartani, also states an essentialist's objection. If all things are completely without intrinsic nature, then your words also lack intrinsic nature and cannot refute intrinsic existence. They say that if words lack intrinsic nature, then they can neither refute intrinsic nature nor prove its absence. They argue from the supposition that there is no intrinsic nature. Then the agents and objects of production are not tenable, and neither are the processes of refutation and proof. Hence they dispute with us on the grounds that the arguments which refute intrinsic existence refute all functionality. Therefore, when essentialists and Madhyamikas debate about their disparate tenets, they debate exclusively about whether all teachings about cyclic existence and nirvana can be appropriate for that which is empty of intrinsic existence. Hence, distinguishing the feature of Madhyamaka is the inadmissibility of all the teachings about cyclic existence and nirvana, the agents and objects of production, refutation, proof, and so forth, in the absence of even a particle of essential or intrinsic nature. The 24th chapter of Nagarjuna's fundamental treatise says, the reducto expressing the fallacy that all untenable is not right about emptiness. Thus, forsaking emptiness as you have is not right for me. For those to whom emptiness makes sense, everything makes sense. For those to whom emptiness does not make sense, nothing makes sense. Nagarjuna says that fallacies adduced by the essentialists, such as if all are empty, there would be no arising and no disintegration, do not apply to those who advocate the absence of intrinsic nature. Moreover, he says that things such as production and disintegration are tenable within the position of emptiness of intrinsic existence, whereas they are not tenable within the position that phenomena are not empty of intrinsic existence. Chandrakirti's clear word cites the passage and explains, not only does the fallacy expressed in the reductio stated by the essentialists simply not apply to our position, but it is also the case that within our position, all the teachings on the Four Noble Truths, etc., are quite correct. In order to indicate this, Nagarjuna said, for those to whom emptiness makes sense, the 26th chapter of Nagarjuna's fundamental treatise teaches the stages of production in the forward progression of the 12 factors of dependent arising and the stages of their cessation in the reverse progression. The other 25 chapters mainly refute intrinsic existence. The 24th chapter analyzes the Four Noble Truths. It demonstrates at length that none of the teachings about cyclic existence and nirvana, arising, disintegration, etc., make sense in the context of non-emptiness of intrinsic existence, and of how all those do make sense within the context of emptiness and intrinsic existence. How you must know how to carry the implications of this 24th chapter over to the other chapters. Therefore, those who currently claim to teach the meaning of Madhyamaka are actually giving the position of the essentialists when they hold that all causes and effects, such as agents and objects of production, are impossible in the absence of intrinsic existence. Thus, Nagarjuna, the protector who holds that one must seek the emptiness of intrinsic existence in the middle way on the very basis of the teachings of cause and effect, that is, the production and cessation of specific effects and dependence upon specific causes and conditions, the 24th chapter of Nagarjuna's fundamental treatise says. That which arises dependently we explain as emptiness. This emptiness is dependent designation. This is the middle way. Because there is no phenomena that is not a dependent arising, there is no phenomena that is not empty. Thus Nagarjuna says that dependent arisings are necessarily empty of intrinsic existence. Do not turn this statement on its head by claiming that what is produced in dependence on causes and conditions must intrinsically exist. Similarly, Nagarjuna's refutation of objection states, for whomever emptiness makes sense, everything makes sense. For whomever emptiness makes no sense, nothing makes any sense. I bow to the Buddha, the unequaled supreme teacher, who taught that emptiness dependent arising in the middle way hold a single meaning. And also Nagarjuna's 70 stanzas on emptiness. The unequaled Tathagata taught that because all things are empty of intrinsic existence, things are dependent arisings. Nagarjuna's 60 stanzas of reasoning states, those who cling to the self or to the world as though these were not contingent, are captivated by extreme views of permanence and impermanence. Those who claim that dependent things exist in reality, how can they avoid the fallacies of permanence and so forth? Those who hold that contingent things like a moon reflected in water are neither real nor unreal, they are captivated by such wrong views. Nagarjuna's praise of the Transcendent One. Logicians claim that suffering is itself produced from itself, or from something other, or from both of those, or without a cause. You said it arises dependently. You hold that whatever arises dependently is empty. There is nothing to match your roar. Things do not exist on their own. Thus, Nagarjuna says that it is precisely because beings are dependent arisings that phenomena are empty of intrinsic existence. This explanation that dependent arising is the meaning of emptiness, that is to say that the absence of intrinsic existence is the unique system of the Nagarjuna the protector. Therefore, dependent arising does not mean accepting emptiness, the absence of intrinsic existence for oneself as a Madhyamaka, while leaving teachings on dependent arising, cause and effect to others because one is uncomfortable with having them in one's own system. For Nagarjuna's statement in the fundamental treatise, for those to whom emptiness makes sense, means that all dependent arisings of cyclic existence and nirvana are admissible in a system that teaches the absence of intrinsic existence. Okay, so we're going to end there. A lot of words. A lot of complex stuff, so maybe we'll have one or two questions and then end because it's already 10:30, and just be aware I just got well, so my mind isn't working that great. Even less great than usual, so it's dangerous.
Pretty short question. I was just wondering what the Buddhist point of view is with abortion.
Okay. I mean, I could take the heat off Rinpoche and its killing. But Rinpoche, the pumo kashe the bugo yure then segadu. The suchupa. The pugo sena, pugo trogo the sena the suchupa yin.
in the in.
Yeah. Abortion's killing in Buddhism.
Even if like it happened like
It's not, there's not a judgment, it's just karma. So Buddhism just categorizes things. It's not judging it, it's not saying even if the person was this or that.
Yeah.
It's killing. It's separating someone's life from their...
Okay. Straight.
So that's it.
It
It
is
severs the
what it is,
life.
basically, right?
It does.
Okay. Thank you.
Jay, my question has to do with understanding production more clearly. In the text, it describes production. Could you explain what the definition is of production from the perspective of the essentialist versus production from
Yeah,
the
that's where I'm going to have trouble. I'm not going to be able to translate tenant systems today.
Okay.
But the production that they're speaking of is an inherent production. That's when we see that word being used in this case. I'll pull up the text, but I'm going to have trouble translating the essentialist view versus the...
Maybe it doesn't have to be that deep. Maybe you can just talk about
so,
an example.
which is the essential? First of all, I'm having trouble because I don't use that lexicon. Is an essentialist a Madhyamaka autonomy? What is an essentialist? Who are the essentialists?
So I guess I was trying to just understand what view is trying to be refuted.
That's what my point is. My point is I know that the systems according to the Sutra, the Vibhashika school is called the Great Exposition School, Sutra school is Sautrantika, and I just don't know what the essentialist is in Tibetan. I can try to find it. But as we were reading it in English, I was trying to figure out what an essentialist was in terms of the tenet systems, and then it would be possible for me to ask that question. Rinpoche, what page is it on in the English? I'll track it down.
I believe it's page 129.
Basically, it's a school below the Prasangika that thinks that the production itself has some kind of inherent existence still.
But my question is, what does it mean by production? Because
Making something comes into being. A baby's born, that's production.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So maybe a good way to describe the refutation of production is to say that we're not saying that something comes into existence and then goes out of existence, but that rather there is an emptiness of an inherent existence, therefore there's no inherent thing coming in and there's no inherent thing going out.
Right, that's all it's saying.
Right.
Yeah, the negation of production, negation of cessation, all of that is saying there's no inherent production, there's no inherent end. It's always, that word intrinsic is always in there. Because things are obviously produced, things end, but they don't end intrinsically.
Right.
So that's what it's meaning. But I do want to get to the bottom of what an essentialist is in terms of the framework of the tenet systems, because I just don't know what word there. So where's the essentialist again? 129?
So I'm not entirely sure where the essentialist
I remember it coming up.
It's on 128 where it talks a lot about production in the context of what the essentialists believe.
I'm just working for the word the essentialist to see if I can figure out what they're referring to. You hear what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's the middle way autonomists.
Is it a middle way
I'm
autonomist?
just guessing.
Why?
That's not the essentialist, right? That's what you're trying to.
The Rinpoche.
131 says
131.
argues that sentimentalities adduced by the essentialists.
131.
Yeah.
Okay, I can find that. 584. 584. 585 is in the start. Chenrezig. Go Kachi. The Shedamawa do Depa, Sensampa, Umapa, the Je. Then Lama Tsongkhapa dang the Mambo, the essentialist. I gotta find it. It's the only way it's gonna work with. Siksele, the Go Kashi, here yeah, I've got to give it to him in the Tibetan where it is exactly. What did you say? You say in the notes? Does it?
I was looking at it while we were reading. Proponent of existence is usually abbreviated in Tibetan to
Oh, I see. The six the Gokashi the Khensur the Sheramawa Dodepa the Garikelan the six le go
고자가 쇼라 저게 저도 먼저 봐 시도 마제스 저 내반이 아소바 하나 동반이로 다 동반이 자도나 레주닐라서 그가 롱그레스
then the Rangjupa Dodepa Sukelan Su Khensur Geshe
하나 동반이로 다 오마 탄조가 제로 오마 탄조가 내가 만두바 자도 이노나 레주닐라서 그가 자도레스 동반이 자도
then Sukelan. Oh, so this is essentialists or anyone below Prasangika. So anyone who has any essential, anything left. So that could be referring to more than one school.
Okay.
Essentialists are those who still cling to something, having something still being there. So that clarified that. So that whole time it was talking about all of them. So I was just trying to figure out if it was another way of saying Great Exposition School, or it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So it's not.
So maybe a way to like the way that helped me.
Okay. So what? So question from there.
Yeah. So I guess this would be more just like a further clarification. So the way I just like thought about it in terms of understanding production and how it's empty. Or that basically to think about how everything is created, or not created, everything is composed of atoms. So those atoms come to collections to produce new, or not produce, but to become new objects, and then they cease and they become new objects, and become new objects, and become new objects. So those objects that are being created by these collections are not inherently existent because there's no solid thing that the object is, but it's just going to disintegrate. It's just more atoms.
Yeah, that's the teaching.
Okay, so that would be a way of describing or understanding production as being empty in that context, because there's no inherently existent object, because it's merely a collection of these atoms that are flowing from one object to the other, for example.
Yeah, it's just dependent origination. There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, you can call it atoms, or you can even be coarser or even more subtle.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Maybe one more question?
I don't have a question. I just want to first thank Rinpoche for continuing. I know that it must be hard sometimes with the dialysis.
Rinpoche,
So
the
thank you.
Tuchena, the Chirang Trakt Sama, Tsansang Kali Kapuldu, Yine Chirang Dakpar, the Chenrezig Chutsula Pegdu, then Becha Trigadu, Tuchena, the Chirang, the Sukpo, the Go, that's Kali Kapul Tanda, Yine Chirang Ngatsu Becha Tri, Kadran Chempo Tuchena.
And then I want to thank you because I know you're not feeling well, so thank you. And
It's
thank
nothing.
you to Ted because I know he's not feeling well either. So that's all.
Did you get it too, Ted? Oh, I hope not. I hope you're not on it, the cusp. All right. Well, we'll do the concluding mandal offering and dedication prayer, and everybody take lots of vitamin C. And if you get what I got, I'll see you in a week. You'll get to know the floor well. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the teachings of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa Deshen forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well, with whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the three times. I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara, Tenzin Yatso, may you stay until samsara's end. Pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts. Exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Sushi Rinpoche Kuti Shapi Deno Lang Hatsu Laran